Don't look at me like that. Electric cars are better. Well, at least in terms of physics, which we are going to explain in this video, and you will come back from this video a bit more smarter. Anyway, I don't want to flex with stuff like ecology and saving the polar bears, because with electric cars it's a bit more complicated than that. And that's not even the reason why I think electric cars are better. Fuck polar bears anyway, they're scary as fuck. Just kidding, I love them. I also won't say that electric cars are cheaper to run in modern economy, because money just isn't everything, right? What the fuck wrote this script? Man. And so the first thing in terms of physics we can look at is efficiency. Efficiency is simply just motion divided by fuel, at least in this scenario that we are trying to look at. And it basically means how much energy gets effectively converted into motion. And if we take a look at a basic gasoline car, we will end up with efficiency about 35%, with the better engines, of course. It's because gasoline cars lose a lot of energy in the form of heat or sound. So we have gasoline, which is like some organic compound, pretty much anything. It just has carbon, and if we set it on fire, it reacts with oxygen, it creates CO2, water, HO2, and the main thing, energy in the form of heat. And this reaction has a form of explosion in the motor, which moves the pistons, and then with a complicated mechanical structure, it rotates the wheels, and we get a motion, but at the cost of 65% energy lost. Well, if you look at electric vehicle, we get efficiency about 95%. It's because energy converted from electric motor is just more poor, and it gets converted straight into motion, at the cost of course electric cars being less noisy and not so cool, but better, I promise. What's the point? Well, what am I trying to say about efficiency? I mean, electricity, we need to make it somehow in the factory. Gasoline, we just dig to the ground, and if we're lucky we find oil, then it's arguably much easier process. But what's interesting is, listen to this, okay? So let's say we would take gasoline and we would try to make electricity from it, and then charge the battery with it. What would happen? Okay, so I actually done some research, and I found out that modern combined fuel facilities have about 50% efficiency. But if we use gasoline, the efficiency would be of course lower. So let's say I think 40% is realistic. So we have the factory or the electric facility, we have efficiency about 35%. Then we have the conversion of the electricity, which is about 95%. And then, you know, when we have charge up electric vehicle, oh my god, we have a full charge electric vehicle, it uses about 95% of its energy effectively. So if we combine those numbers, so we have 40% times 95%, 9, so we will square it because we are physicists, you know. What's the number? I will tell you, 36%. You know, so if you remember what I said at the beginning, that modern petrol cars have efficiency about 35%, you can see it's still better, you know. And we put the gasoline into facility and make electricity from it. Just hurts my ass to see this. I don't know. Of course, this only makes sense if we pretend money doesn't exist, because it just doesn't make sense to take gasoline and make other type of energy from it. Except when your Tesla dies at the middle of the highway, then it makes sense. But you know, this of course doesn't make electric cars better, because it's just stupid. I don't know why I'm even writing here. But what is true is that electric cars are more powerful than petrol cars. This is probably the thing that petrol heads hate the most, seeing their beloved sports car get beaten up by some family SUV. It's just brutal, man. Electric cars are just better at accelerating, and it's because they have max torque at 0 RPM. We will explain what that means. So, you of course know what's your RPM, rotations per minute. But another term is the torque is actually what's pushing the wheels forward. And you know, if we take a look at electric cars and their torque, so we would get that they can generate max torque at 0 RPM. So as soon as you hit that accelerating pedal, the car just goes. That's why electric cars are so good at accelerating. If we take a petrol car, so the max torque is usually about, and it depends on which car you have. If you have a gasoline car, the max torque is around 2050 RPM. For example, I have a Subaru Legacy 2.0, and because it's a boxer engine, my best torque is around, I would say, 280. But if you have a diesel engine, the max torque could be at 1500 RPM, for example. So the max torque is 1.5 to 0.500 RPM. So this is the reason why electric cars are better at accelerating. That's what I don't understand. People hating on electric cars are usually people that really like fast, powerful cars. But when it's a powerful, fast electric car, then no, we don't want that ugly bastard. Look, this video is called Why Electric Cars Are Better Than Petrol Cars, and only nerds would care about efficiency or torque or stuff like that. And I agree. So another reason why I think electric cars are better is because they are much simpler in mechanical terms. The more complex something becomes, the more trouble it creates. Like women. Women are pretty complex. No? Just me? Okay. The problem with gas engines is that they are just so complicated with so many tiny parts that there's so many things that can just fuck up and the car is just done. The electric car is mainly just battery, electric motor and some main controlling unit that basically acts as a big computer that just runs and controls everything, so you can't fuck something up unless you're really special. It can seem that electric cars don't have a soul, as someone says, but man, it's just a machine. It just doesn't have souls unless you believe in it. Like Mr. Uruguay said, you know, you can believe in everything to have a soul. You wanna see something? Do you think that this has a soul? I do. And the complexity of the petrol cars is probably the main reason why they are so inefficient. And of course, if you have an electric car, that doesn't mean that you have no trouble at all. When your battery is fucked up, then it's a big problem, of course. But you know, it's still better than having to deal with this. If you know, you know. You don't want that. Another great thing about electric cars is when you hit brake, the energy from the motion that you are at gets actually converted into electricity, converted back into the battery. It's called regenerative braking. Like hybrid cars have it, it's a great thing, you know, but in a standard petrol car, when you hit brake, the energy is just converted into the heat, so your brakes are then hot as fuck, and that's basically it, you know. I know I've been talking like a pussy so far, so let's look at some things that petrol cars are actually better than electrics. And the first one, of course, being range. It's really annoying when you have to stop to charge your electric vehicle. Normally it takes like 30 minutes to charge up. you know, it's just like another few hundred miles. But, like, let's be honest, how often do you need to travel that far? Honestly, like, not that often. Most of the days you just travel to the work, to the gym. So unless you wanna go on a vacation or to meet your Roblox GF 3 states away, then, you know, electric cars is just enough. I think that the main reason why someone would not even consider buying electric car, and I totally get it. I promise that I won't talk about it in this video, but it's just true. It's just price, you know. Um, when you are, of course, trying to buy brand new car, then there's not really difference. But you know, if you're someone like me, you're really broke and you're trying to just buy your first car, it's just much more realistic to buy some 20-year-old beat up car. And I just love my car. But you know, if there would be some beat up electric car, then I would maybe consider it, you know, who knows. It's just too soon for that, you know. Maybe in another 20 years, you know, it will be different, who knows. And that is of course the third reason, you know, and then it's just gay as fuck, you know, to own electric vehicle apparently. No, seriously, what kind of argument is that? You want me to believe that the type of car that you ride determines whether you're gay or not? How about riding a fucking girl or having a girl ride on you? Whatever you prefer. As long as there's no finger in the ass, it doesn't matter. You know what I find manly? Riding a fucking horse. How about that? We will all buy horses and we will ride them like in the good old days, greenhorn. What do you say about that? In all seriousness, it's incredible how far we have come with petrol engines. No matter what car you drive, what's under the hood, it's a pinnacle of human engineering. Seriously, the way these cars works is just pure genius. I would even consider it art. But the problem is, we have hit a wall in petrol cars. And because the car is complicated enough, it's really hard to make new inventions. And so, to get to the next level, we need to utilize the power of the electric vehicle. And so, with a maximum respect to the petrol cars, for me, the real champion is the electric one. No, seriously, this video was mainly a joke. I was just trying to, you know, tell my arguments on why I think electric cars are better. And so I hope that you like this video, you have some fun with it. You can subscribe to this channel. It's mainly focused on electric cars and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that, please hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next one.